Hi kids, I'm going to show you a really simple, easy way to draw balloon letters to create your name and use the 1-point perspective. What you can do is you can just draw simple letters using just straight lines, okay? Like we'll do my name. And I'm going to space them apart because the balloon will be bigger than those lines. So what I got here, then I take these straight lines and I just go and I make my first letter, okay? And I make this is what I do, okay? And then to make my third letter, and it takes practice, but it's really pretty easy, and you just go back in and erase what you have. And now we're going to put that point for the 1-point perspective into play. So we're going to put the point like right, oh, let's do it different. I'm going to put it way over here. Okay? Now I'm going to use my ruler and go to where put your ruler on this point, and then rotate your ruler so it just touches the letter, and then draw a light line, not a heavy line, down to that point. Okay? Same thing for the top of your letter, just to where you see the letter, right about there. Okay? And now you just draw your line where it's not going to go past the A, because the inside of the A is going to take up this space here. Okay? And so I'll do the inside of the A right now. Okay? And you'll do the legs of the A. Depending on if you have an A in your name. All right? And then right here, because these letters are ballooned, they tend to take on kind of a shape of their own. Okay? Which I'll demonstrate in a little bit. Same thing goes for the N right here. Okay, and right there, and then over here. Okay, and then back up here. All right, and we won't see any part of that N because it's already marked. Okay, and the A would be, there's a point up there. We'll just do that. Okay. Now the inside of the D would be something like that, and you don't go straight through because that's a hollow D looking down this way. Okay, this is where it gets a little tricky. So you don't want your block letter so thick. So what you can do is you go in and you can just figure out how thick you want them. So I'm going to do it like this thick. And see how this angle here is with that angle? Well, if you come up here, it's hidden by the A, so you're not going to see that, okay? But the way how thick this is, it's going to determine how thick this is through here, how thick your D is, okay? So it's going to be about, this thick, okay? And then that would drop down here because it's following this angle here, okay? And then you can go back in and now the A, since it has this curve down here, and you want to keep the same thickness here, is you want to go ahead and kind of place that down, and that'll give you your mark for your A, okay? Mark for that. That's how thick your N will be, okay? Then you can kind of just go up, and you don't have to use a ruler. You can just kind of eyeball it. All right, so it would come up and go up like this because you're following this angle. Okay, and then you're following it across. Okay, and then you get rid of this rest of that. And then you would have this angle here from your A, which I forgot to do. And then it would be, again, making just an adjustment there, so it would be like this here, okay? You can get rid of this line, you can get rid of this line, you can get rid of this line, okay? So that's what you have so far. And then for the N, it just goes down like that. Get rid of this. And this is going to come up and follow this line, so you're going to be going up like this. And then finish it off like this. Erase your lines here. And there you have your kind of like balloon, your balloon name, balloon letter name. And I'm just going to shade in where it's going to be the sides and underneath of the letters, okay? Okay, and this would be like right here. What you can do is use colored pencils or crayons or whatever you want to do your shading or make your letters different shapes. But this is good practice for that 1 point perspective because we only worked with the 1 point at the bottom. I'm just going to color in the tops of this letter so you understand that there's a difference there. And I'll just shade in a little lighter on the sides of the, because this is the inside of the A. Okay, get rid of that business. Okay. But if you're looking and drawing your letters and it just doesn't look like it's making sense, and kind of go in and see what you need to change on it or add. Maybe you're missing a line to connect to the point. So you'll be able to understand what this is all about. Just think, once we get done with getting good at the 1-point perspective, then I'll show you something really cool using a 2-point perspective. That's also really helpful when you're drawing landscapes or cityscapes, or it's just another way to draw. Okay, so there. I did this with the only rule art I used was this. Showed you how to draw the balloon shapes or the balloon letters, and then you can kind of go in and color it or whatever. Now the same principle applies if you wanted to have the 1-point perspective above your letter, okay? So if you had a point up there, then all your angles like this would go, okay, to that. Okay? And that's how you do looking, if you were to look down on top of the letter rather than looking up from underneath of it. And I'll show you that in a little bit. So I hope that helps.